Clarence and Queen, but it's genuinely true. Like, you cannot date your type. If you are constantly dating your type and it ain't working out, girl, check them DMs. Look at his picture. If it's like, that's the one. I'm telling you, baby. When I met my boyfriend, who's my husband now, he'd even tell you, baby, it took me a little minute to, you know what I'm saying? You know, it took me about 2 days to start liking him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being for real. About 2 days, okay? Because I was so used to like talking to light-skinned boys or just talking to boys who were more worried about their self, right? I done met a roughneck country bumpkin nigga who would do everything for me, and I almost passed him up because he was dark-skinned. A little rough. Oh, y'all, when I tell you I would have been out here working 3 jobs, I'm telling you right now. Them niggas that care about themselves, they're gonna have you out here working 3 jobs just to fulfill what they need in their purpose in life. Baby, my man ain't never told me to go get no job. When he came to see me and he told my mom and he said, no, I want to take her so I can take care of her. I got this. My daddy handed me over so freely because he said, oh, okay. Because his actions had already shown who he was. I'm telling y'all, this man learned I was a vegetarian then. When he met me, this man learned everything that I like to eat. I got out of practice one day, out of basketball practice. I was so tired, so hungry. I went to go see him while he pulled out my favorite. I'm telling you, if he wanted to, he would. That's why I be looking at people like, girl, my man Ben showed me who he was in 2011. I ain't never letting go. I ain't never letting go. This is us. When I tell you I'm never letting go of that nigga, because he ain't never letting me go. And when you got somebody that ain't never letting you go because you ain't never letting them go, baby, get out of here. I'm just saying, for real though, like, y'all please stop dating like that. Like, it's kind of like a fairy tale. Seriously. Why are you dating somebody that is like as beautiful as you are? Let that nigga be obsessed with you. I'm just saying, I'm sorry, whatever. But I ain't even gonna lie, girl, after those 2 days, that 48 hours, baby, he had me so dipped. My doggone nose was so wide open. I had just knew I loved that man and he loved me too. I ain't even lying, we fell in love so quick, like so fast. And when I tell you he's so fine to me, like I will lick. My husband is so fine to me. I'm telling you. Okay, wait. When I met my boyfriend, who's my husband now, he'll even tell you.
Tell us what?
It took me about 2 days to start liking him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being for real.
Why?
Because I was so used to like talking to light-skinned boys or just talking to boys who were more worried about their self, right?
She goes on to talk about how good her husband is to her and how she almost passed up a good man. And her advice to other women is maybe the man that you want doesn't look like, act like, come across like the man that you always wanted. You're saying the same thing that every other man has always said, and that is give one of us a chance. Meanwhile, they're waiting for their type. There's a saying that goes, give a man 10 women and he'll keep looking. Give a woman 10 men and she'll choose. Because oftentimes women are forced to pick out of this bunch. They're bachelors into their 30s, their 40s, and their 50s. Meanwhile, they'll call a woman over 35 a leftover woman because how dare she be picky when she could have just picked one of them. Did you even consider what saying all this publicly would do to your husband and his self-esteem? We need to stop throwing our partners under the bus just to prove a point. This isn't anything that hasn't already been said. She's saying 6 and the men are saying half a dozen. And what they're both saying is settle. Meanwhile, men are on here talking about how they don't like small boobs or small butts or thin lips or tattoos or plus size women. So men can consider looks, but women can't? Last year, I made a video about these men saying they met the perfect girl. Unfortunately, she doesn't look like what they want her to look like, and they were sad about it. Meanwhile, women are being advised by other women to ignore a man's face, physique, and finances and just look at his heart. Are they looking at ours?
I met my boyfriend, who's my husband now.
Oh, some of you ain't know, I've been married for the past 5 years, and I'll be honest, I was not attracted to my wife when I first met her. She was not my speed. She's like the complete opposite of who I normally go after, but I just decided to give her a chance. Like I said, once again, she was not my type. She was not that attractive to me. But there was just something about her. I met her. We talked for a couple days. We hung out. She seemed very supportive. So I'm like, why not? I mean, you're not my type, but I'm going to give you a chance because I normally go for this type. And then after a while, she just grew on me. Her looks grew on me in about the 48, 72 hour mark, in the sense of, I think I can do this. What I'm trying to get at is, just because you're not attracted to someone does not mean you don't give them a chance. Now, some of you are infuriated with me right now, talking about, why do I need to embarrass my wife like that? Why do I need to talk about her looks when I can just talk about the positives and not embarrass her on the internet? So why are you mad at me, trying to hold me accountable for the words that I'm saying, but you not in her comment section talking about, girl, you didn't need to embarrass that man on the internet like that? Okay. Well, some of you ain't know, I've been married for the past 5 years, and I'll be honest, I was not attracted to my wife when I first met her.
I was watching some videos and hearing about people complaining about the lady that was talking about how she wasn't attracted to her husband. I wasn't attracted to my husband when I first met him. I don't understand what the problem is. I think those make the best relationships. My husband would tell you he wasn't attracted to me when he first met me. And to be honest, it's also a good conversation starter for like when you're around different couples. About, oh, how'd you guys meet? Oh, I didn't like him and he didn't like me. I wasn't attracted to him. I wasn't attracted to him because what I normally would have went for was somebody that was 6'4", you know what I'm saying, taller, dressed a little differently, drove a different car. You know, God sent me exactly what I was not looking for. And that just goes to show that a lot of the people that are out here looking for their types and can't find them just are never going to be happy or in love, because I literally looked past him. I thought he was all that, or he had a short man complex, because my husband is 5'9". He say okay, because I felt like the guys that I was dating had to be about 6'1", because if he was 6 feet, he was really 5'11". You know what I'm saying? You're gonna add a little height to you. Anyway, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, of saying that I was not attracted to him because he was not attracted to me. Talking about I didn't smile. Well, you have a cardio kickboxing class. I'm not about to be smiling while I punch the bag. That's just not what I'm doing. I'm in here to work out and get on, and not hear about your stories. Anyways, we end up falling in love. I was watching.
You know what, y'all? Now that I think about it, my wife was a little ugly when I first seen her. You know what I'm saying? Like, no shade. And it's not like it was unbearable, you feel me? Like, if I tilt my head and I squint both my eyes, you know what I'm saying? She halfway decent, you feel me? Like, and eventually my vision just adapted, you know what I'm saying? And then when I found out she could cook and she could clean and she told the truth and she could nurture kids, I was like, oh, she went from like a 5 to a 7.5. And the 7.5, like, that's passing. Like, that used to be going on the refrigerator at my grandma's house. Like, y'all see how crazy that shit sound? Man, what the fuck wrong with y'all, man? And I don't even be tweaking out on this app. But what, man, so what the fuck wrong with y'all, man? Why would you embarrass your nigga like that, bro? Like, you supposed to be delusional on this app. These folk don't know you. You can say anything. Bro, Mariah the Scientist was on a jail call with Young Thug. Nigga, little skinny ass bicep. She over there talking about, oh yeah, daddy, you getting big. Hey, I need you delusional like that behind me, shouting, I need it. Y'all want these niggas to court y'all and chase y'all and treat y'all like a prize and act like we the best thing that's ever happened to them, just so you can get on the internet and say, oh yeah, this nigga was hit it fuck. Like, he almost regurgitated at the sight of this nigga, but once I found out that he paid bills and he could bench press 225, oh yeah, he cool then, he could rock then. You know what that tells me? Y'all say,
I really hope the love that she has for her husband never finds me in my life. I'm so glad my woman loves me for who I am and not what I can do for her. Cause there was a point when my wife was the breadwinner. When I was working a part-time job and she was the one paying the rent, taking care of most of the bills. I did what I could financially, but I was at home taking care of my daughter. Everything that woman talked about in her video, speaking about her husband, was what he can do for me. She was talking about, I used to love light skin. Imagine if a man was saying this. Hold on. I used to love them light-skinned dudes that took care of themselves. But I almost passed up a rough, dirty, dark-necked dude who can do so much for me.
Imagine if a man said that about a woman in today's social economy.
I pray, and I never wish the downfall of anybody's relationship. But when you put your business out there, just like I put my business and my relationship out there, you open for criticism. But I pray nothing ever happens to him, because he's gonna find out that woman don't really love him like that. She only loves what he can do for her.
The lady gets on here and says, I'm not attracted to my husband. He's dark skinned and bumpy looking and ugly looking. But I love what he does for me. So I had to learn how to love him. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or find him attractive in that way. It's so weird. And then Hefe drops an opposing video, the completely opposite reverse psychology vid of that, and makes the same type of video. Oh, I'm not attracted to my wife where I wasn't until I realized that she started cooking for me. And they're in the uproar. The women are in the uproar about it. The hypocrisy blows my mind every time. And Hefe just exposed it. People don't see how scandalous their actions or their beliefs are until they're in the other person's shoes, until they're in the opposing view. People don't see a problem with it until the fucking roles are reversed. Every time.
I still stand by the fact that my husband is the ugliest man that I have ever met 5 years into our marriage. If you are single right now, it's because you want to be attracted to your partner, and that is just not realistic. I don't know how many times women on this app are going to have to say it. Find an ugly ass man and marry him. And I'm not talking about a guy that just needs a little brush up, okay? I'm talking about a terminally unattractive man. I sleep with an eye mask at night so that I have time in the morning to mentally prepare before I make eye contact with my husband. But here I am, married, and you're not. So who's laughing?
Y'all, that lady set her phone up in her car and proceeded to yell at us, talking about she wasn't initially attracted to her husband. First of all, listen, I don't care about none of the discourse, whatever y'all talking about. Listen, I want to know what the husband got to say, because you come on here and tell millions and millions of people that you think I'm ugly. We gonna have some problems. Listen, I can understand not being attractive to your husband, but the moment that you come on here and you tell other people that you think I'm ugly, okay, y'all, I'm joking. She didn't say the man was ugly, and she did say that she is attracted to him or whatnot. She grew an attraction to him, but I know hell got to be somewhere freezing over, because for once I'm agreeing with the men. Now, had a man came on here and said that he ain't find his wife attractive, y'all would have been on their necks for 7 days and 7 nights. Now, feel how you want to feel about your partner. I don't care. But it's a such thing of having diaries that is just not a thing anymore. Y'all come on here and just put us in your business. Now, should she have told us that? Absolutely not. But am I entertained? Y'all,
I figured it out. Get you an unattractive man. You wanna know why? They're the ones that cook. They're the ones that clean. They're the ones that care about your feelings. They're the ones that are like super, super sweetheart. If you got kids, they're good dads. Cause like they don't really have anything going for them. They're not good looking, you know? So I wanna say like maybe a 4 or 5 at most.
I know you're not talking about me.
Get you one of those.
You can't be talking about me, cause I don't cook and clean. That's you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not unattractive, right?
I'm talking about you, baby. I was feeling a little bit generous today, even if you know, feeling super generous. Get you a 4 or 5, like I said.
Get you a 4 or 5.
And
yeah,
they're solid. They're solid.
While you in 4 or 5, make sure you get you a big head girl with some dry ass hair. She look like it's gonna catch fire. I could just.
It's my.
Poof! Start a fire in here. We at the testing station. No lighters around Bushra.
First of all,
no flammable objects around Bushra.
It's the weather outside today, and my hair.
Your hair gonna reflect the sun rays on your hair. You just gonna turn into a ball of fire. I don't know why you talking so much. Brittle ass hair, brittle as hell. I could look at that. Break that shit off like.
It's my curls, and it's the weather today.
Oh my crunchy ass curls. Snack that smile back. Go fish. Ass curls.
Oh, you really finding this funny? That's hilarious.